Greetings! Mandatory79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Tier Days! Alright then, to get started, press the A button now.
Cardfight Vanguard Tier Days.
Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, now off to the edit deck menu. And now in today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be making one for is a Start States, Jewel Embracing Dragon Fang, Drajeweled, D-BT06. And I'm going to be using this Dark States D-BT02 for the base of the deck I'm going to build. Okie dokie, let's get started. So going to edit deck and entering edit deck. Off we go. Here we are, and like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building today's deck profile video is a Dark States Jewel Embracing Dragon Fang Drajeweled deck made up of cards only available up until D-BT06. So first, let's go to filter settings and pack. Show only cards from D-BT1, Genesis of the Five Greats, D-BT2, A Brush into Legends, D-BT3, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-BT4, Awakening of Chakrabarti, D-BT5, Triumphant Return of Brave Heroes, Festival Collection 2021, Festival Collection 2022, Promo Pack number 1, and last but not least, the D-BT06 Blazing Dragon Reborn. Apply filter, and now let's first start with the Grade 3 lineup. For the Grade 3 deck, we're going to be playing Right Deck, Grade 3, Jewel Embracing Dragon Fang, Drajeweled. Skills. First skill, Continuous. When this card will be rolled upon, it is also regarded as Demonic Jewel Dragon Drajeweled. And the second check, Auto as a Vanguard. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, cost Soul Blast 4 cards of different grades. If the cost is paid, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards until end of turn, increase or decrease its power to 1, and if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets +1 critical, power at that time becomes 1 and can increase or decrease afterwards. And then the third skill, Continuous as a rearguard. If you Soul Blasted 4 more cards at the same time for the cost of your card's ability this turn, this unit gets +5,000 power. So for Drajeweled, it's the main grade 3 to ride this deck. With its skills, the first skill, when you ride a Demonic Jewel Dragon Drajeweled on top, it's treated as a Persona ride, so either you simply ride Jewel Embracing Dragon Fang or Demonic Jewel Dragon, you'll be guaranteed a Persona ride if you play 2 versions of Drajeweled in your deck. And the second skill, as long as you've got the cards in your soul to Soul Blast, not only can you reduce your opponent's power to 1, but if the condition is met, you get +1 critical, making it easier to pressure your opponent with the decreased power to your opponent and the increased critical to your Vanguard. And then the third skill, if you've got Jewel Embracing Dragon Fang in the rear guard, as long as the conditions are met, it can serve as a potential 18,000 power attacker in your front row. So for the Jewel Embracing Dragon Fang Drajeweled, we got 4 in the deck, 1 in the right deck, leaving that way. And next up, the Grade 3 Truculence Raider skill, Auto as a rear guard. When this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard of Drajeweled in its card name, cost Counterblast 1. If the cost is paid, this unit gets +10,000 power to end a battle, and the end of the battle, put this unit into your soul. For Truculence Raider, it's a pretty good card to play in your Stoic Dark State Station decks, especially for Drajeweled. For this is a support card for Drajeweled, as well when you activate Truculence Raider, as long as the conditions are met, not only can Truculence serve as a potential 23,000 point attack in your front row, but it's also a good way to build up your soul for later Soul Blast. So for Truculence Raider, we got 4 in the deck, taking 1 out, only playing 3. And next up, the Grade 3 we're putting in next is the Grade 3 Merciless Count Bodice. Skill, Auto as a rear guard. When you Soul Blast 2 or more cards at the same time for the cost of your card's ability, this unit gets +5,000 power to end of turn. If you Soul Blast 3 or more at the same time, cost Counterblast 1. If the cost is paid, choose a card from your drop zone, put it into your soul, choose up to one of your opponent's rear guards at the same grade as that card, and retire it. Count the number of Soul Blasts for 1 cost. So for Bodice, it's a pretty powerful card to play in your Dark Station decks, especially for your Drajeweled decks. for skills, as long as you meet the cost and conditions, not only can you turn your bodice into a potential 18,000 point attacker for the front row, but also have the chance to wipe out one of your opponent's rear guards, and to also build up your soul for later soul blast. So for Merciless Count Bodice, we're putting in 4 into the deck. There we go. And now for the Grade 2 lineup. For the Grade 2's deck, we're playing Right Deck, Grade 2, Demonic Stone Dragon Jewel Nail. Skills, first skill, auto as a Vanguard or rear guard. When this unit hits a Vanguard, Soul Charge 1. Second skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon by a unit of Drajeweled in its card name, Soul Charge 1. And if your soul has 3 or more cards of different grades, draw a card. So for Jewel Nail, it's one of the main Grade 2 to run this deck. If it's skills, the first skill, it's a good, and the second skill is more or less, as long as you meet the conditions for both skills, you can more or less build up your soul for later soul blast. So for Demonic Stone Dragon Jewel Nail, we got one in the right deck, leaving that way. And next up, the Grade 2 Mystic Accordionist. Skill, auto. When this card is discarded from a hand during right phase, you may call this card to put this card into your soul. So for Accordionist, it's a good way to build up your soul if you're lucky enough to discard it during your right phase. So for Mystic Accordions, we got 4 in the deck, leaving that way. And next up, the Grade 2 Ultrasound Series. Skill, auto. When this unit is placed on rear guard third from a hand, cost, counterblast 1. If the cost is paid, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Choose a card from among them. Put it into your soul, shuffle your deck. If your soul has 4 more cards of different grades, draw a card. So for Siri, it's a pretty good card to play in your Dark Edition decks, especially for Drajeweled. For its skill, when called, as long as you meet the cost, not only can you build up your soul for later soul blast, but to also increase your hand size by drawing 1 of these skills. So for Ultrasound Siri, we got 2 in the deck, putting 2 more in, playing 4. And now for the Grade 1 lineup. For the Grade 1's this deck, we're playing Right Deck, Grade 1, Jewel Core Dragon. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon by Demonic Stone Dragon Jewel Nail, call to rearguard circle. And second skill, auto as a rearguard. When this unit attack or boosts, this unit gets those 5,000 power to end the battle. At the end of the battle, put this in your soul. This effect is mandatory. So for Jewel Core Dragon, it's the main Grade 1 to ride its deck with its skills. The first skill, when you ride on top of it with the Grade 2 Jewel Nail, you can have a Jewel Core Dragon your rear guard ready to either attack or boost with, which combos to the second skill. The second skill, your Jewel Core can serve as a potential 13,000 point attacker for the front row and 30,000 booster for the back row, and then later build up your soul for later soul blast. So for Jewel Core Dragon, we got 1 the right deck, leaving that way. And next up, the Great One, Psychic Prima Miranda, Sentinel, Perfect Guard. Not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out, and in its place, we're putting in the Grade 1. The Grade 1 Repel Malice Dragon, Sentinel, Perfect Guard. Skills, first skill, Continuous, Sentinel. You may have only up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel deck. Second skill, auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units. It cannot be hit until end of battle. If your hand has 2 more cards, choose a card from your hand and discard it. So for Repelled Malice, it's one of the perfect guards for the Dark Station. Like any other perfect guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When used to guard whip and discarding a card from your hand, you can block one enemy attack. But it also features an ability unique to all D standard format perfect guards. When used to guard whip with less than 2 cards in hand, you'll not have to pay the usual discard 1 cost, making Repelled Malice a potential no-cost perfect guard in desperate last resort situations. So for Repelled Malice Dragon, we're putting 3 into the deck. There we go. And next we're putting in the Grade 1 Blitz Order, Elementaria Sanctitude, Sentinel, Perfect Guard. Skills, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may have only up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel deck. Second skill, Continuous. You may have only up to 1 Elementaria Sanctitude in the deck. Third skill, Order. If your opponent's Vanguard is triple drive, this ability can be played without paying the cost. Plays if it costs of discard a card from your hand. If the cost is paid, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or less, choose one of your units and it cannot be hit until end of battle. Remove this card. So for Elementaria Sanctitude, it's the Blitz Order version of the Perfect Guard. And this skill, it can more or less serve as a potential no-cost perfect guard against opponents who has Vanguards with the triple drive ability. So if your opponent plays a deck that specializes in riding a grade 4 or a skill that increases their Vanguard's drive plus by 1, this This order card is a good way to give you a no-cost perfect guard against such opponents. So for Elementaria Saxude, we're putting 1 to the deck. There we go. And next up, the Grade 1. The Grade 1 Avid Keeper. Not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out. The Grade 1 Direful Doll Kurstein. Not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out. And then the Grade 1 Who Calls Upon Raging Thunder Fergus. Skill Auto. When this unit is placed in the rear guard circle, if you have a Vanguard Drajeweled this card name, cost Soul Blast 1. If the cost is paid, choose a card from your drop zone, put it into your soul, and this unit gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. Super Fergus is another good support card for the Drajeweled deck. For its skill when called, as long as you got the cost to pay for it, you can not only build up your soul for later Soul Blast, but to also turn your Fergus into a potential 10,000 point booster from the back row or a 10,000 point attacker from the front row. So for one Who Calls Upon Raging Thunder Fergus, we got 4 in the deck and leaving that way. Next up, the Great One, Friend of the Netherworld Ling, Skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on the rear circle, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Choose a card from among them, put it into your soul, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck. So for Ling, it's a pretty good card to play in your Dark Station deck. For its skill, just by calling her, you have the chance to more or less build up your soul for later Soul Blasting. So for Ling, we got 2 in the deck, putting 2 more in, and playing 4. And the Great One lineup is done. Now for the Grade 0 lineup. For the Grade 0 this deck, we're playing right deck, Grade 0, Julius Draco Kid, Skill Auto. When this unit is written upon, if you went second, draw a card. So for Julius, it's the starting unit in his deck, and like any other starter in the D standard format, just right on top of him. If you went second, then draw a card. So for Julius Draco Kid, we got 1 to right deck, leave it that way. And now for the trigger lineup. For the triggers of this deck, we're playing the Grade 0, Connected Rampage, Clan Critical Trigger. We got 4 in the deck, taking 1 out and only playing 3. Next up, the Grade 0, Insane Researcher, Draw Trigger. Not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out. Next, the Grade 0, Wire Pull Subjugator, Front Trigger. Not playing this card anymore, taking it out. And then the Grade 0, Caper Companion, Heal Trigger. Not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out. And in their places, we're putting in the Grade 0, Stem Deviate Dragon, Critical Trigger, Skill Auto as a rear guard. At the end of battle, this unit boosted. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your units, and it gets plus 2,000 pounds at end of turn. So for Stem Deviate, it's a powerful critical trigger to play in your Dark Station decks. For its skill, after boosting, not only can your Stem Deviate serve as a good way to build up your soul for later Soul Blast, but to also give the remaining attackers in the field a little extra power to work with. So for Stem Deviate Dragon, we got to be putting 4 into the deck. There we go. And next, we're putting in the Grade 0, Bruce Wiltmaster Riley, Draw Trigger, Skill, Continuous as a Guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, this unit gives us 5,000 shield. So for Riley, she's a powerful draw trigger to play in your Dark Station's decks. For her skill, when used to guard with while the conditions are met, she can serve as a potential 10,000 point shield on her own. So for Riley, we're putting 4 into the deck. There we go. And next, we're putting in the Grade 0, Incorruptible Holy Light, Eupia, Heal Trigger, Skill, Auto. When this unit is placed in the Guardian Circle, if your opponent's attacking unit has attacked 2 or more times this turn, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. Active in this battle is its second attack this turn or more. So for Eupia, she's a powerful heal trigger to play in your Dark Station's decks. For her skill, when used to guard whip against an opponent whose attacking unit has attacked twice or more, your Eupia can serve as a potential 25,000 point shield on her own. So ideally, Eupia is a good heal trigger to play against opponents who play decks that specialize in attacking multiple times with either their Vanguard or rear guard. So for Eupia, we're putting 2 in the deck. There we go. And next, we're putting in the Grade 0. The Grade 0, Brilliant Floral Eugenia, Heal Trigger, Skill, Auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, if the attacking unit's critical is 2 or greater, and its critical is increased by a non-trigger effect ability, or its original critical is 2 or greater, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. So for Rania, she's another powerful heal trigger to play in your Dark Station's decks. For her skill, when used to guard whip, and the attacking unit's critical is 2 or greater, your Eugenia can serve as a potential 15,000 point, 25,000 point shield on her own. So ideally, Urania is a good Q trigger to play against opponents who play decks to specialize in increasing their attacking units critical by card effect, not triggers. So for Brilliant Floor Urania, we're putting 2 in the deck. There we go. And then the Grade 0 Spiritual Queen of Determination, Olbaria, over trigger. We're not going to play this card anymore, taking it out. And in its place, we're putting in the Grade 0 Hades Dragon, DD Resentment, Gamma Shell, over trigger. Skill, trigger, additional effect. You get during your turn, all of your Vanguards gets plus 10,000 power and plus 1 critical until end of fight. So for Gamma Shell, it's the over trigger for the Dark States Nation. Like any other over trigger in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. You reveal during a drive check or damage check. You get 100 million power and draw a card, but he also features an ability that's unique to him alone. Revealed during a drive check, you can more or less have a better chance of pressuring your opponent or finishing them off with the continuous plus 10,000 power plus 1 critical to your Vanguard. So ideally, Gamma Shell is a over trigger that's best revealed the earlier you reveal it during a drop shot on your turn. For the moment you reveal it during a drop shot on your turn, you'll be able to continuously push the damage to your opponent by giving the continuous 10,000 power plus 1 critical to your Vanguard for the whole fight. So for Gamma Shell, we got to be putting 1 in the deck. There we go. And the deck's been built. Cards explained. Let's just save the deck. Saving deck. Overhead being built. Yes. And the deck's been built. Cards explained. And for the cards this deck we're playing, 4 Grade 3 Jewel Embracing Dragon Fang, Drajeweled. 3 Grade 3 Truculence Raider. 4 Grade 3 Merciless Count Bodice. 1 Grade 2 Demonic Stone Dragon Jewel. 4 Grade 2 Mystic Accordionist. 4 Grade 2 Ultrasound Siri. 1 Grade 1 Jewel Core Dragon. 4 Grade 1 One Who Calls Upon Raging Thunder, Overdress. 4 Grade 1 Friends of the Netherworld, Ling. 3 Grade 1 Repelled Malice Dragon. 1 Grade 1 Elementaria Sanctitude. And 1 Grade 0 Julius Draco Kid, starting unit. And for the triggers of this deck, we're playing 7 critical triggers, 4 draw triggers, 4 heal triggers, and 1 over trigger, Gamma Shell. And the deck's been built, cards explained, but before we test out the deck, let's just go to change deck name, rename it Drajeweled, Drajeweled, Drajeweled. Is the spelling correct? There's an ED at the end, but wait, D-R-A-J-E. Oh, there's no G, so rename, remove the G, Drajeweled, E-L, G-E-D, Drajeweled, D-R-A-J-E-W-E-L-E-D. Is that correct? Yep, correct spelling. And now let's just change the deck sleeves. Let's go to change sleeves. Replace deck sleeves with main deck sleeves. We're going to be using the Dark Station sleeves, pressing A. And for the right deck sleeves, we're replacing it with the just holding on to the purple circle sleeve, press Y, and the deck's been built, cards explained. Now it's time to test out the deck. So let's just leave the edit deck menu and heading off to the main menu, off the fight menu, and CPU fight. Now selecting the deck I just built, the Dark States Jewel Embracing Dragon Fang Drajeweled D-Booster 6 deck. And selecting the deck and choosing the opponent. For the opponent, I'm going to test it out on. It's a Dark States Danji Momoyama, normal difficulty. And the battle begins. Let's get started. And here we are in the fight. Deciding who goes first. And they rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Paper to rock, I win, going first. And drawing our starting hands, I got 2 perfect guards, a bodice, and a ling. Alright, gonna hold on to everything else, just return 1 perfect guard, redraw a bodice, send the Vanguard, and going first. I draw, I ride from the right deck, Jewel Core Dragon, and for the right deck cost, I'm discarding a grade 3 bodice, discard, and ride, Jewel Core. That's the end of my turn, end of turn, and now it's my opponent's turn. My opponent's going to ride to the Great One. The Great One, Diablo's Bad Steve. Steve's skill, Superior Call, Matt to the back row, and Soul Charge. He Soul Charged a Great One, and draw a card. Battle phase, 14k to the Vanguard. And no guard, gonna take it. Here comes Drive Check. Heal trigger, sweet. He wasted a trigger, and trigger effect wasted. 1 damage. Ow. Damage check. No, over trigger. Come on, seriously. I wasted my over trigger at the very beginning of the fight. My turn. I draw. I ride from the right deck. Demonic Stone Dragon Julio. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding 1 critical trigger, Stem Deviate Dragon, discard, ride, and Jewel Core skill. Superior Call from the soul to the rear guard. I'm calling it over here. Call. Then I'm calling to the rear guards. To the back row, I'm calling Friend of the Netherworld to the back row. Call. Netherworld skill. I'm going to look at the top 2 cards of my deck. A Great One and Great One. I'm putting 1 who calls upon Raging Thunder Overdress into the soul, and the rest go to the bottom of the deck. I move Jewel Core to the back and call a Great One. Fiend of the Friend of the Netherworld Ling to the rear guard. Hold on, I don't have any counterblasts. I can't call the Great 2 Ultrasound Series yet, so I think I'm just gonna save my hand, just moving Jewel Core to the front and go into battle phase. First, Jewel Core attacks the Vanguard. Skill activated, plus 5,000 power, 13,000 power to the Vanguard. The attack goes through and boom! 1 damage to my opponent. Damage check. No trigger, grade 3 Bruce. Sweet, 1 less card to worry about. And after attacking, Jewel Core goes to the soul, into the soul. Now boosted by Ling, Jewel Neil attacks the Vanguard, 18,000 power. The attack goes through and Drive Check. No trigger, another Ling, and 1 damage. Boom! Damage check. Grade 2, no trigger, safe. And Jewel Neil skill after landing an attack, Soul Charge 1. Soul Charging a card, Soul Charge, Grade 1. End of turn, my opponent's turn. My opponent's riding the Grade 2 Diablo's Anger Richard. Matt to the soul, draw, he calls Kigra and Stephanie. I don't have any damage, so let the attack go through, no guard. And my opponent's gonna Drive Check a Grade 3 Bruce, no, he can Persona Ride, and 1 damage, ow! Damage check. Ling, no trigger. And here comes another attack from the rear guard. 18,000 power. No guard, gonna take the hit. Ow! Damage check. No trigger, Grade 2. And that's the end of my opponent's turn. It's my turn. Stand and draw. I ride from the right deck. Jewel of Racing Dragon, Fang, Drag Jewel. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding a Grade 1 Ling, discard, and ride, Drag Jewel. Then here comes Jewel Neil's skill. When we're in the top up, I can Soul Charge 1, Soul Charge, and with 3 more different grades, I draw 1, a heal trigger, Okay, I guess. So next I'm calling to the rear guards I'm calling to the rear guards. Friend of the Netherworld, Ling, call, skill activated. Look at the top 2 cards in my deck. The cards I revealed are a grade 3 and grade 1. I'm moving Bodice into the Soul, and the rest goes to the bottom of the deck. I got 7 cards in Soul. I got 2 grade 0s, 3 grade 1s, 1 grade 2, and 1 grade 3. I need more grade 2s and grade 3s in the Soul, so next I'm calling to the rear guard a Merciless Count Bodice to the rear guard. Call. Bodice is next. I'm calling to the rear guard. Ultrasound Siri to the rear guard. Call. Siri skill. I'm going to counterblast 1. Counterblast. And look at the top 3 cards of my deck. Grade 3, grade 3, grade 2. And then these cards. Let's see. Choose a card. Put in the soul. And I have 4 more different grades. Draw a card. Then I'm putting the grade 2 Siri into the soul and draw. Perfect guard. Nice. I have more cards to defend with, and that should be enough. So, going straight to the battle phase. First, my grade 2 Siri attacks the grade 2 Kigra. 10,000 to 10,000. The attack goes through and slash. 1 regard down, and now boosted by Ling. Drajeweled attacks the Vanguard, 21,000 power. Now Drajeweled skill. I Soul Blast 4 cards of different grades. Grade 2, 0, 1, and 3. 4 different grades, Soul Blasted. And my opponent's Vanguard's power goes to 1 plus. Then there's Bodice's skill with multiple Soul Blasts activated. I can use my Bodice's skill to Counterblast 1, add power to Bodice, Counterblast, and then I search a card in my drop zone to put into the soul. In my soul I have 1 zeros, 1s, 2s, and I need more 3s, so I'm gonna put into the soul the grade 2. The grade 2 Demonic Stone Dragon Jewel Needle into the soul. The attack goes through, Twin Drive for check. Critical trigger, sweet, just what I needed. I give criticals to Vanguard and power to Bodice. Critical added and power added. Now the second check. No trigger, grade 2. 2 damage to my opponent. Multicolored fire and chop. Damage check first. No trigger, Kigra, and a second check. No trigger, grade 2, safe. Now, boosted by Ling. Bodice attacks the Vanguard for 36,000 power to my opponent's 1 power. The attack goes through, and boom! 1 more damage. Damage check. Draw trigger, no! Power to the Vanguard. Draw a card, and that's the end of my turn, my opponent's turn. My opponent's gonna ride to grade 3, Diablo's Violence, Bruce. And then he's going to call to the rear guards, Brian and Davin. Vanguard to Vanguard. No guard, gonna take the hit. Key drive checks first. No trigger, grade 2, safe. And the second check. No, heal trigger. Come on, seriously? He heals 1 damage and powers the rear guard, so 1 damage to me. Boom! Damage check. Draw trigger, sweet! I draw 1 card, power to Vanguard. I drew another Drajeweled, now can Persona ranks next turn. Nice! That's 31,000 power from the rear guard. I guard with a critical. No, I'm guarding with a heal trigger. Uenya. Guard 33,000. Attack blocks. And Kachink. Safe. Now here comes the attack from the grade 3 Davin to my Bodice. No chance. I'm going to intercept with Ultrasound Siri, 18,000, attack blocked,
インターセプト
and my rear guard is safe. You're welcome, Bodice. That's the end of my opponent's turn. It's my turn. Stand and draw. I'm going to Persona Ride, Jewel Embracing Dragon Fang, Drajeweled. Persona Ride.
ライド
And power added, drawing a card, another Drajeweled. Nice, another Persona Ride. I have one Counterblast to work with. I have in my soul 6 cards, a 1-0, 2 1s, 2 2s, a grade 3, and now I'm going to call to the rear guard. Mystic Accordionist. Yep, I'm calling to the rear guard. Mystic Accordionist. Call.
コール
Power added, and that's all from the main phase. Now on to the battle phase. Boosted by Ling. Go Drajeweled to the Vanguard, 31,000 power. Then Drajeweled skill. I'm going to Soul Blast 4 different grades. Grade 3, Grade 1, Grade 0, and Grade 2. Soul Blasting 4 different grades.
スキル発動
Soul Blast, and opponent's power to 1 plus 1 critical.
スタルプラス
And my opponent's then activating Bodice's skill. I
スキル発動
give 5,000 power to Bodice and skill activated Counter Blast 1. Search my drop zone and put a card into the soul. In my soul I have grade 1 and grade 2. I need a grade 3 and grade 0. My Persona Ride can supply the grade 3, so I think I'm just going to put a grade 0 into the soul. I'm moving Julius Draco Kit into the soul. Into the soul, my opponent guards him an over trigger, 50 to 1 to pass. First check, heal trigger. I'm going to give all effects to my Vanguard.
パワープラス
Cannot heal, and the second check, come on. Alright, draw trigger. All effects to Vanguard, and draw a
パワ
card.
ープラス
And the guard is broken, and here comes Drajewel's attack.
このカードに込める
Shattering my opponent's guard. Boom! Chop! And damage check. Front triggers. Trigger effect wasted. It's 1 more damage. Come on. No trigger. 6 damage. I win.
やった次も負けない
Not a bad match. I got to more or less draw the cards I needed to make this deck work, and I got to use my Vanguard skill pretty well. So I got win, double trigger, attack 50,000 more power, drew an over trigger, did a Persona Ride, 6 turns pass, did a Superior Call, 1 of 10 or more cards in hand, and drew 3 more times in 1 turn. I got 2550 PP total, 89,175 PP, pressing A to go next, and leaving the fight, returning to fight menu, leaving the fight menu, back to the main
ど
menu,
のファイトにする
and off to the edit deck menu. And if that, the deck's been built, cards explained, and I just finished testing out the deck in front of you, and so that's just all the time I have for today. First up I want to say is thank you to the viewers watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you all show support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that I say goodbye and